So I've come to look around Takht Bahi Monastery, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and an old Buddhist monastery that commands amazing views over the valley below. Now Takht actually means throne, and Bahi of course means brother, so this is the throne of the brothers, and I can't wait to look around. So until fairly recently it was actually more difficult to visit the monastery, but now with the stone steps and the car park below, it's a lot easier for visitors to come. However, it's still very hot and it's at 500 meters elevation, so it's still quite a tough climb. So Buddhism was practiced here from the 1st century, with this monastery being built in the 2nd century and operational until the 7th when the Huns arrived. And in its prime, there were 300 to 400 students studying Buddhism here. So I thought I could hear a load of birds, but it turns out it's actually quite a few hundred bats in there making an absolute racket. There's a lot of bat droppings down here as well. I've never seen so many like this in one place, but I guess it's too hot for them outside. So there's actually tens of these small enclaves all around the monastery, and apparently this is where the monks would come and pray and meditate. Now down below you don't actually see how big this place is, but now we're up in the hills. Literally as far as I can see on every side, the monastery's stretching right out. It's a really impressive place. So what I'm stood in now would have been a special prayer room for the monks, and all around on the shelves would have been statues of Buddha. Now I've just found out that before the partition the British took them and put them in the British Museum, so I'm very sorry about that. So I'm coming down now into the area where the meditation cells are kept. It's a lot cooler down here. You can see why the monks would choose to come down here to stay for 3 or 4 months. So this is the main stupa area, and on here, the focal plinth, this would have been where a very large statue of Buddha would have stood. And this whole area is where the older and the monks who had studied for a lot longer would have stayed and meditated. So in 1980, the monastery became a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is really great because now it's getting some funding for the excavations. Because I found out that at the moment they've only excavated 25 to 30%, so there's still a huge amount to find. And you can see little snippets on all of the different hills around me. So I've come back down to the car park to get one final view of the monastery from down below, and now I'm going to be heading on my journey towards Swat. I really hope that you guys enjoyed my video, and make sure to subscribe.